for 4-bed CO2 add link. I can do that at any time. Just let me know when you're ready.
We are actually ready now.
Okay, good news. I'll put it in work.
Station Houston, space to ground 2. We see the loss of ISS attitude control warning. We need you in procedure 2.70 warning book.
Отвечаю, ВСГ-1.
2702, locking warning book.
Коль, нам пришло аварийное сообщение от коллег. Потеря системы ориентации. MSS loss of ISS attitude control. Как приняли? Только что. Приняли, да, это мы тест суд номер 2 проводили. Хорошо, Антон, приняли. Все штатно, да? Чего же не предупредили? Хорошо, предупреждать в следующий раз, что может аварийно выйти.
Station Houston, space to ground 2. In 2.702, we would like you to do step 3.2 and cease any T2 exercise.
Мы были не возле центрального поста. Хорошо.
Okay, T2C and 3.2 copy. We're in 2702, lock.
Антон МКС, типа Москвы, в канале ВГ1, по тесту СД номер 2.
Да, я на связи.
Олег, слышишь, да, или Антон? Нам нужно ввести на корабле, будет индикаторный режим. Ага, Олег, понял. Олег, надо, ты ввел индикаторный режим на корабле?
Потому что это у нас будет попытаться нет. В1, В7, положи, правильно?
Да, все верно. Слово В1, седьмой разряд, единичку и вот. И убедись, что транспарант загорелся, индикаторный режим в формате рода К.
We're not quite sure if we were doing the Soyuz thruster test or not at this specific time. Can you guys help us out with that?
Yes, we were doing the test. We have confirmed with Moscow that the thrusters have stopped firing, so we may continue into 2.702.
Go ahead on 2 Piotr.
Go ahead. And Houston is with you on 2.
На связи. Олег, на связи, слышу тебя. Вот. Принято. Ввел индикаторный режим. Олег, тогда, если слышишь, надо все остальные заключительные операции дать.
Слышу. Так, по какому пункту работаем дальше? Я выполнил только...
Да, мы даем К-18 и 18 ОДР.
Пункт 5 выполняем полностью.
Да, давай полностью выполним.
После выполнения будет на связь доложу.
station on 2. We are in step 5, correction, warning procedure 5.101.2. Mark and Aki are working on the port sarge safing, and Megan is working on the starboard sarge safing.
And we have already started that procedure. We have sent all the commands, and we just need you to follow along, please.
Houston, we copy. Station on 2. While we're waiting for the sarge safing to be completed, is there something else you'd like us to pick up in instead of watching?
Not right now. A little bit of explanation.
Houston Station on 2, we've regained. Houston Station on 2, we've regained attitude control on the Russian laptop, but we don't hear the engines, and we're still pitching down, so we're thinking maybe the manifolds were disabled and we're in step 5 instead of step 6.
Okay, so we have sent the sarges and the safing steps in 5.101.2. We expect them to get in position at 9:35. We are expecting we probably will lose comm with you at about 9:30. So if you would please, if we are LOS with you at that time, when we'd like you to work through 5.101.2 to verify safing before moving back to 2.702 to complete step 6. How copy?
We copy, but we were in step 6 and we've sent the command, and the Russian GNC mode is thrusters only.
We copy, stand by. Okay, so we had not finished safing the arrays in step 3 of 2.702, so the command to resume attitude control was a little bit premature. We are working with Moscow to stop thruster fires.
Yeah, we understand that, and there's no thruster firing as of for now, and we're still pitching down.
МКС УПУ Москвы по тесту суда номер 2.
я на связи, все вместе по
Принял, Олег. Я просто подтверди, что ты выдал команду откол ТВ до формата ТВС.
С первого пульта выдал откол ТВ.
Все принято. И все остальные пункты тоже выполнил.
Все остальные тоже телефон СЗИ, обжор, лево-право инфо, и все остальные команды, и отключение света.
Все, понял, спасибо.
Наши дальнейшие действия.
Олег, спасибо, завершили тест. Вот, будем думать. Вот, тебе спасибо.
Ну, попозже позвонишь, да, вот через часов-полтора, хорошо?
Ага, хорошо.
Договорились. Все, спасибо. Конец связи.
Да, до связи.
Московская в канале СГ-1.
Отвечаю СГ-1, Петр.
По текущей ситуации мы отработали по процедуре 2.702. В шаге 6 выполнили процедуру ТВМ F52.1 с параметром 4. После этого режим СБН был управление на ДО. Вот, но сейчас он переключился в режим мастер в ИР.
Петр, пока как бы больше ничего не выполняете. То есть вы выполнили процедуру 2.702?
Да, мы работаем по процедуре 2.702 в соответствии с ситуацией.
По Москве в СГ-1 для Петра.
На связи СГ-1.
Петр, но пока по инструкции 2.702 больше не работаем.
Хорошо, принято. Тогда жду указания земли.
Еще раз повтори, Антон. Петр.
Station Houston, space to ground 2 for the LOX.
Принято. По инструкции 2.702 не работаем. Жду указаний
Going on
земли.
2 for the WAC.
Okay, so Moscow has moded us to indicators so that we are no longer firing thrusters. We have confirmed that the targes are safed. We expect the sarges to be completed, as I said earlier, in 4 minutes. And if we lose comm at that time, then, as I said earlier, we would like you to confirm that in 5.101.2 and then move to step 6 in 2.702 to regain attitude control.
Copy your guidance. You're working on safing the SARS. If we lose com, we'll finish up that procedure and confirm the safing before we move back to step 6 in 2.702.
Good work.
Houston Station on 2 for the last. If you get a desired shutdown angle for us right now, that's gonna save us some time finding it for the Sarge.
That's 90 for the port and 270 for starboard.
90 for port and 270 for starboard. We're monitoring.
Station Houston, space to ground 2, the port Sarge is safed. We are still waiting on starboard.
Here we see the ports Sarge safe, and we're looking at starboard.
And for the starboard Sarge, we had a tooth crash. The software is taking care of it. Another 2 or 3 minutes before that should be taken care of. Station Houston, space to ground 2. Our comm coverage is looking pretty good. We're expecting to maintain comm for about 15 more minutes. Station Houston, space to ground 2. We see the warning that is expected in this
Houston,
config.
Copy, warning expected in this config.
No action for you. Fitter is inhibited.
Fitter inhibited on the ETCS of Bravo.
Station Houston, space to ground 2. The starboard surge is now locked. Please confirm the safing steps in 3.2 through 3.4, and then execute step 6.
We have all steps executed in 3.2 to 3.4. We'll go ahead and execute step 6.
Good words.
Москва КС в канале СГ-1.
Отвечаю в СГ-1, Петр.
Вот наши партнеры работают по процедуре 2702, и вот они сейчас прилетели, то есть сейчас нужно, я так понимаю, выполнить шаг 6 процедуры, соответственно, выдать их 52.1. Соответственно, вопрос, можем ли мы это сделать?
Нет, Петр, подожди пока как бы никаких шагов шестых, сейчас дополнительно дадим указания.
Принято, ожидаю.
Station Houston, Space Ground 2 for Thomas and crew.
May go ahead on 2.
Alrighty. This is your beloved flight director, and if you will bear with me with the comm protocol here, and let me just step into a couple of quick things that I know up front. We're working to fully understand the window shutter constraints that we find ourselves in right now. What that dominoes to is we may have to readjust the timeline about the cupola filming and move it a little bit later in the day. I'll get back to you on the window shutters and the constraints that we find ourselves in as soon as we clarify that. The second thing I'm going to tell you is, because the thrusters are still firing as we dampen out the attitude, T2 is still no-go at the moment. I'll get back to you when we understand that T2 is usable. As for the rest of the timeline today, I think we can continue to proceed with what was going on this morning. The centers around the world are expecting that we can continue with the activities as timeline this morning, except for the cupola filming activities. How copy?
Hey, TJ, we copy all about the cupola filming and the other activities.
Okay, excellent. Now, we are uncertain as to the actual cause of the thrusters remaining on during the thruster firing test. Moscow is checking into it and doing their data analysis. The bottom line is, it was the test and the constant firing of the Soyuz that put us into this LOAC. More to come on that as we understand more.
And copy, thanks for the explanation. We were trying to figure out, based on the timeline, if the test was going on. We assumed that was the case, but that's why we asked you for clarification whether or not it was going on, because we didn't have a specific time in the daily summary. We only had the thruster enable at 9:25, and we saw us before that, and hence the clarification.
Yep. As you can well imagine, when things start going off the rails like that, there's enough noise on the radar that the clarity of what actually happened is a bit of a mystery. But we do know from the crew call down in the Soyuz that the thrusters stopped firing, and we think, we haven't got confirmation, we think the thrusters stopped firing because they reached their prop limit.
We have a Russian crew with here for the debrief, so we're talking about it. Okay, TJ, we're talking about it with our Russian crew. Instead of used up 11 kilos of prop. Okay, well, we'll look at it a little bit more in detail. You'll look at it a little bit more in detail, I'm sure.
Yeah, copy. Moscow is taking a look at the data as we speak right now. The last thing that I'd like to offer you the microphone for is any feedback on the LOAC and the processing of information and getting you what you needed, that kind of stuff.
I think what we've been talking about is us taking our time and also making sure, as long as we have good communication, making sure we acknowledge everything with you guys. You guys can give us calls on the steps you're taking care of specifically and where you're at in the procedure so that we can follow along on the monitoring side, and we'll make sure to do the same. One question we had is that call about step 3.2 wasn't clear to us retrospectively if you wanted us only to execute 3.2 or 3.2 among other steps and things like this. Should have clarified, but I think communication is the key in those situations.
And that's good feedback. The precision of that we could probably sharpen that up for you. I just got words as we were talking that the window shutters are allowed to be opened, and T2 is go for use.
We copy T2 go for use, and window shutters are allowed to be opened.
All right, with that being said, Thomas, I offer you and the crew another opportunity, and any other feedback or any other thoughts about the rest of the morning.
We don't have more for you, TJ, right now. Thanks you guys for all the help, and happy we could recover the situation.
Sounds like a plan. And ADCO is hurrying as best he can. The next milestone that you guys should see is the warnings and the caution should get cleared from your caution and warning board, and that will let you know that we've got things back into a nominal config.
Copy, thanks for that. And so with that, we'll go and resume our normal activities.
Yes, sir. Get back to work. Stop fooling around now, guys.
All right, thanks a lot.
Station Houston, Space Ground 2, just one clarification. We are going to give a go to do the filming in the cupola per the timeline.
Copy, filming in the cupola is go per the timeline. Thank you.
On 2 for timeline.
Go for timeline.
And just so you know, I'm going to go ahead and do my exercise. Shane is going to pick up the first half of the monitoring job for cupola, and then I'll pick up so he can do his robot test on time.
Sounds good to us.